Actually, started here. Okay, so I'm making this video because my girlfriend wants to learn to start playing Hearthstone. And sorry, I have a bit of a cold. And so I'm just gonna make this little tutorial video. This is really just for her, but whoever else sees it, I guess they can use it too. But alright, so here's how it goes. You have to pick a character, or a hero as they're called, and you have 9 different heroes to pick from. And each one has their own little special unique power, which costs 2. So here I'm going to go through all the heroes and their powers. You have the warrior. Hero power is they gain 2 armor, which is basically like 2 health. Shaman, you summon a random totem. Sorry, what the fuck? Rogue, you equip a 2/1 dagger. That means it has 1 attack and 1 durability. Paladin, you'll summon a 1/1 Silverhand recruit, which is nothing but a minion. Hunter, this is great for aggro decks. Deals 2 damage to the enemy hero. Can't deal it to any minions, just the hero. Druid, gain 1 attack, 1 armor. Warlock, you draw a card and you take 2 damage. Yes, so you lose 2 health, but you draw a card. It's kind of risky, but sometimes it pays off. Mage, you deal 1 damage. This can actually be dealt to anything on the field. That includes yourself and your minions, along with enemy minions and the enemy hero. Priest, restore 2 health. Once again, this can be done to anyone on the field. This includes your minions, yourself, the opposite hero, or enemy minions. So, from here, we're going to head on over to practice, and I'm going to show you guys how to do this. Alright, so I guess for the practice, we'll go with let's go with Druid. Druid would be pretty easy. Yeah, sure. And we're going to do it right there on Mage.
Alfuria versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
I must protect the wild.
Okay, so when the game starts, if you go second, you get an extra card. Okay? If you go first, you do not get an extra card, but you get to go first. These cards, you can keep any of them, or you can replace them. Okay? In this case, I have 2 of these, and they cost 2 mana, which means I can get them out in the first 3 turns. In my personal opinion, anything over 5, I usually get rid of. And I keep cards I can get rid of a lot of enemies, like Swipe. Okay? So I'll explain what type of move Swipe is in a second, but for right now we're going to get rid of this, because honestly you don't need anything over 5, because you're going to start drawing cards once the game starts. So I'm going to replace that one. You get another card in return, and it costs 1. That's actually really fine. Each turn, you get a new card. Okay, so here you have your mana crystals. And it says, when your turn starts, you'll gain a new mana crystal and fill empty ones. Okay, so how do you get an empty mana crystal? Basically, this minion costs 1. You can tell what the minions cost by the number at the top left corner of the card. Okay? So I'm going to get out this 1 minion because it really is the only one. This will give me an extra mana crystal, making me have 2 for this turn. So I'm going to show you how this works. I'm going to play the 1 minion for right now. I lose my mana crystal, see? So this, I'm actually going to, are you serious? I've been talking like this the entire time? Wow. What the fuck? I'm keeping it. Fuck it. I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it. Alright, so for this one, we're going to go, we're going to end our turn. She could do this into this. This is fine. I was actually expecting that. I mean, that's a smart play, I guess. Not really. Well, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it is. Get rid of that. Okay, so here. We have 2 mana crystals now. So each turn, your mana crystals are going to go up by 1, and it's going to replace all of them. So you're always going to have full mana crystals at the start of your turn, unless you play a shaman. I'll explain that later. So, right now, I can either use my hero power, gain 1 attack, 1 turn, and attack, or I can play this. Now, when you play it, this card, you have 2 options. You either can give all your minions 1 health, 1 attack, or summon a 3/2 Panther, which is 3 attack and 2 health. Well, since there's no real way for her to get this out, to kill this one right here, for right now, because she has no minions out, we're going to play this. And now I have a card out. Okay? And this card has 3 attack, 2 health. I'm going to end my turn for right now.
Handle it.
Okay. She summoned this. Sorry. Well, I guess it's a she, whatever. She summoned this because she's going to want to trade these 2 later on. Alright? Because she can summon a charge minion, but it won't do too much. So as you can see, we're back up to 3. And we have 3 mana crystals, but I have no cards in my hand that cost 3. Which is perfectly fine because you can just... You don't always have to use all of your mana crystals. If you use the preferred, that's how you get the max out of your play, but we're not going to do that for right now. I have this, which is what you get for going second, which you earn an extra mana crystal. I'm going to go... I'm actually going to mana crystal into a taunt. Okay? A taunt creature has to be attacked. And when you actually hover over the card, if they have something in the print down here, in this area, I just tried to point to it on screen and you can't see that, it tells you what it does. So it says taunt. Enemies must attack this minion. There's no exceptions except for this hero power. Okay, so for right now, I'm actually going to take this and attack her directly in the face. Okay?
Job's done.
Because she can't kill this minion next round.
Tazdingo. Yes.
We got out of taunt. It is okay. I'm actually really fine with that. That was a horrible sacrifice, but it is what it is. Okay, so right now, what are you going to do? I can either get this out, which will summon an extra minion that has 2 attack and 1 health. I could do that, or I could swipe and kill it with one of these extra attacks. But what I think I'm going to do is get that out, and then I'm going to also get this out. Actually, no. I take that back. You can right click to cancel. And in a turn like this, it's good to get out the extra minion because there's no way she can wipe them all out yet. She can wipe this one out, but this one has a special attack. When a death rattle is when a card dies, it does something. A battle cry, which is the sound here, it does something when it's played from your hand. So actually, I shouldn't have played that. I'll show you guys what a battle cry does next turn. For right now, I'm going to up this card into a 5/5. Okay, and doing that, I can kill this. These are the 2, and attack. I still have nice board control. I still have majority of the minions on polymorph. This turns it into a 1/1. Now, next turn, the smart move would be for her to hero power and kill this. But she won't be able to because I'll trade the minion because this is no longer of use to me. And as right now, I'm going to show you guys what a battle cry card does. Get it out. Boom. Played another minion. Okay, so that's fine. Right now, we're still at perfect health. That deals 1 damage to all minions. But I have the Death Rattle card, which deals 2 damage. Okay, so we have a big card here. This is a spell. A spell usually it's something like give 2 health, deal damage, blah blah blah. With these types of cards, you can actually go right around a taunt. Okay, so something like this, we're gonna go. Let's see. I'm gonna get this out. Actually, yeah, let's get this out. Keep that minion, and then I'm gonna go into Bite, which is another spell, and it gives me 4 attack and 4 armor, which is like 4 health. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get this one out. I'm gonna attack. That's dead now.
Job's done.
Boom. It's that simple. Okay, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but see, my mana crystals have continuously gone up the entire time, and this is actually going to stop at 10 over in this area. So for right now, the more you get to play the game, the more you'll be familiar with the cards. But for right now, I'm actually going to... I could use my swipe right now, but I could swipe and then attack with this and keep her on the board. But actually what I think I'm going to do is... I think I'm going to do this. Swipe. Attack into this. Because it's pretty late in the game, and if I keep up this current pace, there's no way she'll be able to get an abundance of minions on the field. I'm too far ahead. Will she attack this twice? Ah, yes. Lucky. But it's okay. Next turn, I'm going to get this out, which is a taunt, and it has 8/8 health. There's a chance she's going to polymorph it, but you can only have 2 of every card in your deck. So, I'm actually going to... Actually, I take that back. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to play this. It's okay to play this, even though it has the battle cry to destroy your enemy's weapons. Mages don't have weapons, so it's perfectly fine. I'm going to play this next and deal the damage. This is not so much about the damage as it is about the card that I want. But it doesn't hurt because she doesn't have anything on the field.
Handle it.
That 6 damage should come right at my face. But it did not, which is actually kind of a smart play, but it's so late in the game that it doesn't matter. She could polymorph this, but I have another one. Remember, you only get 2 every card. That should come from me. But it doesn't. And now you're going to attack with that? Stupid computer. Oh, Jesus. But this is the best way to teach. I can actually end the game here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is pop quiz, guys. How can I end the game? Let's see. I have this. And all characters must wait 1 turn before they can attack. Unless it has charge. Should have said that from the beginning. So sorry. But just to prolong the game and sort of continue to teach, I could end the game here and play this. See, so I'm drop it down just to show you. Play this, and I can give it charge, which would allow it to attack directly. If I choose taunt, then it's going to have to wait 1 turn, but it'll have 2 extra health and a taunt. As for right now, I'm actually going to not do either one of these. And I'm going to get this one out. I'm going to use my hero power, because this only has 1 health, and kill it. Only way to get rid of this card is with the polymorph. Gotta love the computer. But it's okay, because like I said, we have another way to end the game. Let's see what is this. Okay. This minion silences minions. So basically, let's see, I can actually do this. I'm going to play this card. Just to show you. You would never actually do this in the real game, unless the other character did something to your card. But with a card like this, I'm gonna play taunt, right? Now I could have ended the game there, but this is just to teach you guys something. I could play taunt, but I'm gonna play the taunt, and then I'm gonna show you what a silence can do. A silence removes anything that a card does. That's in this box down there where it says taunt. If it's in there, the card's good. Silence is gonna cancel it out. So for example, we do this, right? I'm gonna silence my own minion. This is just for teaching. This minion is now silenced, and if you notice, the shield went away. That means no more taunt. See how it's crossed out? Okay, so I heard a song and I was trying to figure out what it was. So, as of right now, we're gonna win this. I mean, there's one way that I could not win it, which is with Flame Strike, but it's not happening. She's gonna kill this. And this is a game. Finally. Just to teach. But of course, let's say there's silence on the card, right? Since there's a silence on the card, this doesn't have a taunt anymore. But what you can do is, that only affects things that were on it before. So for example, I could go this, and if I really needed a taunt, let's say I was like, this is pretty much in game, and I was at equal health as the mage, I would drop this, and only if I knew that she wasted both of her polymorphs and didn't have a Power Blast. But even if it was this close to the game and I didn't have a taunt, I would kill it. Doesn't matter. But just teaching. The silence only affects the font that was there before. So I'm gonna drop this. Boom. You can put another taunt back on, along with the other effects that comes with it, which is a 2/2. Okay, now it's a 6/8. Okay, with the silence still on. Yes, it took away the first taunt, but it can't take away the second taunt. The only way that can happen is if you play another silence card. Alright? So now, that's pretty much game, but I'm going to make it overkill because that's the only way to do it. If you play Hearthstone, the only way to end a game is to go overboard. You have to. If not, things will not just... You won't feel right. Okay? So, boom. 3 attack. And by overboard, I mean, like, you'll see right now. This health has to go negative. Just like that. That hurts. No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to. You just have to get them down to 0. Okay? Alright, so since that's the case... in the next... Let's see, this is a 20 fucking minute video. Definitely ending this now. Alright. Next one is going to be a match between a live person, and you can just see how I play and stuff like that. You should appreciate this, Ash. Just for you.